international break is over and club football has finally returned. And we have a huge matchup this Saturday in La Liga where the league leaders, Real Madrid, will be traveling to take on Real Sociedad. And this is a must-win game. We are perfect so far in the league, and I expect that to continue this weekend. We're almost at that point of the week where 11 men that don't know that I exist are going to affect my mood for the days that are following after that game. But I'm excited, bro. One thing that the international break does is make you miss your club so much more. Because this break was shit. I'm going to be honest. I know that it was the World Cup qualifiers for Europe and South America, but the matchups that we got were trash. And the one that was interesting, Turkey versus Spain, ended in a complete ass whipping. 6-0. So I'm definitely glad that it's over. All of our players have returned to us healthy. At the time of me recording this video, there's been no injuries that have taken place for us over the international break, so I can't complain. But you guys know what I do on these match previews. We're going to talk about both of the teams, and then at the end, I will be building the predicted 11 that I think Xabi Alonso is going to use for this match. So I need you guys to get in the comment section. Let me know what you're saying for this game. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Now, I do want to start off with Real Madrid. You see the La Liga table. Only 3 games so far. So we're not going to get too carried away, but we are top of the league. 3 games, 3 wins. We've only conceded 1 goal so far. I think we are playing some pretty decent football. I think we're going to improve, right? Obviously, Xabi Alonso is still trying to implement his style of play. But so far, I can't complain too much, especially defensively. We look very solid. And last season, we were so shit. We were so all over the place. Keeping clean sheets felt like an impossible task. But so far, it's been very good in terms of defensive. I think midfield and in the final third, things can definitely improve. But you see what Xabi Alonso is trying to implement. You see the tactics. You see the fluidity. You see the system. The players just have to perform a little bit better. Now, Bilbao are currently sitting second. Villarreal are sitting third. And then you have Barcelona, who are down there in fourth. They dropped some points. Villarreal, the first 2 weeks were cooking. They also dropped points right before the break. So, they're both on 7. Bilbao are so far neck and neck with us. Now, you want to know what's funny? Let's just laugh really quickly at Atletico Madrid. They are sitting 17th in the league. Brother, Simeone put the fries in the bag. Your time is up. The fact that Atleti had that kind of summer window, have the squad that they do, for them to go winless in their opening 3 games is actually a madness. I'm going to be honest, chat. Like, there's no reason for them to be sitting down that low. But we all know they're a joke club. So far, Real Madrid are in the driving seat, and we do control our own destiny. The most important thing for me when it came to this title race, because from the minute La Liga kicks off, Real Madrid are in a race with Barcelona to win the league. Let's get one thing very clear. I did not want to be the first team to drop points. So now we have a little bit of breathing room. But in our last match, which was against Mallorca, we ended up leaving with a 2-1 victory. And I actually don't think we played that well. I think Mallorca did a very good job this game tactically. Aside from us blitzing them after the water break, because that, I'd say 10, 12 minute span, we were all over them. We scored 2 goals. We cooked them. But Mallorca's game plan worked very well. Let's just be honest here. Like, they came out in a back 5, and they defended us really well. And then when they won the ball from us, They actually tried to attack us. They weren't like Osasuna, who just sat back with 7 men in the box, didn't try to do anything. No. Mallorca, they actually were going for it. And they are a pretty difficult team. They usually do give us some issues, right? We've seen like last season where we drew with them in the first game. This match, aside from, again, little 10, 15-minute period in the first half, we weren't all that. Now, Vinícius scored, and I believe Arda Güler scored as well. What's crazy and what's a bit concerning from this match was the first goal that we conceded in La Liga this season did come from a corner, right? Mariki scored, which he normally does against us, it feels like. He scored off of a header. I thought the set-piece defending was shit. It made me get flashbacks to last season when it felt like set pieces were just damn near penalties for teams with how much success other teams found against us. So that was a bit concerning, but I like how we bounced back after the water break. You can tell that Xabi Alonso gave them some different instructions, and then we absolutely blitzed them. Like, when you think about it, right? Vinny bagging once again. He actually did look decent this game. Dean Howson getting the assist for Arda Güler's header. He needs to be that target, man, that we're going to on corners, on free kicks. This guy is 6'5". Dean Howson, his neck is about 7 inches, bro. Man is tall as hell in the box. He needs to be that target guy. I think defensively, we were solid. We did have to make 2 great pieces of defending for us to not drop points, right? Like Álvaro Carreras, an amazing goal line clearance in that second half. Phenomenal from him. Then you also have Trent, who I thought in the first 30 minutes was our best player that game. His passing was a joke, but the slide tackle that he made also saved us. Our fullbacks were the bright spots in this game. So look, wasn't the best victory, but at the end of the day, the 3 points is all that really matters, and we got the job done. But this was not a good performance to head into that international break with. But I want to know what you guys are saying about Real Madrid so far this season. 3 points, 3 wins, only 1 goal conceded, right? Now, we are about to head into a very difficult period, especially with the Champions League coming up as well. We're going to get tested a lot more. So we'll see what this team is made out of. But let's go and talk about the ops for this weekend. Sociedad, they are shit. At least how they started off the season has not been good. You don't even see them here on the table. We got to scroll down to find them. They are sitting 16th in La Liga. In 3 games, they have 0 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. A -1 goal difference. They've scored 3 goals. They've conceded 4. What games did they play? So they drew with Valencia, then they drew with Espanyol, and then they lost to Oviedo. Okay. So they lost to a newly promoted team. We should be slapping these guys. I'm going to be honest, bro. Since last season, Sociedad have fell off. But to be fair to them, last season, they did give us a hard time. Like, every game against them, it was like a nail biter. Like, they were never convincing wins. But I think it's going to be different this season with Xabi Alonso. They're not good. And they are a bit weak in the midfield because they lost Zubamendi. Now, I know that they have Kubo in their attack. Also, I always butcher this guy's name, but Mikel, the guy that runs the 9 for them, he plays for Spain as well. You guys know who I'm talking about. I don't know why I can't say his last name. Allow it, people. But they do have them up front. But I don't see Sociedad as a team that should really be giving us any issues. Like, they struggled to get points against Valencia and Espanyol. And then they lost to newly promoted Oviedo, who we beat. Who Vinícius came off the bench and looked like his prime self. Nah, we should be slapping up Real Sociedad. I'm not going to lie. We're going to look at the injuries that they possibly have. But I do want to see their squad just to make sure that they didn't sign anybody. Okay, so look. Again, they have Oria Zubul. I always butcher that, but whatever. They also have Goncalo Guedes, which is pretty interesting. I didn't know this. Let me see. Do we know anybody else? So this is their attack. In midfield, right? Takefusa Kubo, who we all know. Yangel Herrera, this is new. I think they signed him from Girona, if I'm not mistaken. Carlos Soler. Where did they sign him from? Did they sign him from PSG? Carlos Soler. There's got to be a new signing for them. Let's see. Who else? Yeah. Nah. Yeah, I'm looking at this. Bro, we better score at least minimum 3 goals. This has got to be one of the better performances to start off the season. But looking at the injuries that they have, so yeah, Yangel Herrera has a hamstring injury. They're saying that he's going to be out until mid-October. You got Turrientis. They're saying that he has a knock. He'll be out until late September. And then this guy, I do not know how to pronounce this last name, but they're saying that early September, so maybe he will be available for this match. But these 2 players are more than likely going to not be available. So let me know what you guys are saying about that. But yeah, if you guys have been keeping an eye on Sociedad, how have they been this season, right? Get in the comment section. Definitely let us know. Let's get into some Real Madrid updates, because Camavinga has returned to training. Now, I don't know if he's going to be available for this game. I would like him to, because they did say that Camavinga was going to be returning early September. So I think having him back in the team would be a big boost. When Jude first got his surgery and was going to be out for about 2 to 3 months, I said to myself, Camavinga is going to be that player that's going to benefit from Jude not being available. Because the skill set that Camavinga has, I view him as a very valuable player under Xabi Alonso. And he needs to have a bounce back season, because last year he was trash. And I think with his skill set in terms of his technical ability, his defensive ability, his ball progression, Camavinga should be able to thrive in Xabi Alonso's system. But yes, he has returned to training this week. It's yet to be seen if he's going to be in the final squad for this game, but hopefully he's back really soon. Also, man like Jude, he has also returned to some light training this week. He's not going to be available for this game. If he is, I think that would be somewhat of a problem, right? I don't think we should be seeing Jude until late September, early October, right? But he has accelerated in his recovery. They're saying that it's going really well. And he has done some light training with the team, but do not expect to see him for this match. Now, looking at some of the other injuries that we have, right? We talked about Camavinga. We talked about Jude. Endrick, who has that hamstring injury. Initially, they said he was going to be back early September, but now it's saying that he's not going to be available until late September. So, we're still waiting on him. And also Ferland Mendy, who has a muscle injury. They are not going to be available. I don't think any of these players are going to be out there. I think if one of them had the chance of making this game, it would be Camavinga. But let me know what you guys are saying about our updates with the injuries. Now, let's get into my favorite part of every single match preview, and that is predicting the starting 11 that Xabi Alonso is going to use. Now, I think with Jude and Camavinga, right, neither of them are going to be able to start this game, even if they're on the bench, hypothetically. So I think we're going to see the 4-3-3 once again. Now, again, we all know it's not really a 4-3-3. It's a 4-3-3 off the ball, but on the ball, because of Xavi's system being so fluid, things do change. So I think we line up like this, right? Obviously, Courtois will be in goal. I think for this match, Trent will get the nod over Danny Carvajal, right? Carvajal was on international duty. Trent got some rest. He wasn't called up, thank God. I think at right back for this game, I would like to see Militao, but I feel like Rudiger has started more of the game so far, if I'm not mistaken, right? What would Xabi Alonso do here? Yeah, I think he's going to start Rudiger. I prefer Militao, though, at the moment. Left center back, I think it'll be Dean Howson, of course. Our best defender, phenomenal player, world class already. At left back, I think it will be Álvaro Carreras again. Now, what I do want to say here is that I do not think that Fran Garcia should be getting no minutes. Like, the fact that we have not seen Fran Garcia since the Club World Cup is a bit crazy, right? Álvaro Carreras does not need to be playing 90 minutes week in, week out. He is starting to grow into the system, and he does look solid for us. But Fran Garcia in that Club World Cup was one of our best players. He 100% deserves some minutes. No excuse for him to be getting 0 minutes in our first 3 games. Like, that's actually crazy. Now, in the midfield, I'm going to go Arda. I believe Arda has created the most chances in Europe's top 5 leagues already this season. I'm telling you, this guy's going to get so many assists. Just wait. A lot of people are doubting this player. This guy, Arda Güler, is an absolute baller, man. Generational player that we have, that Carlo wasted for 2 seasons. Xabi Alonso is not going to make that mistake. In midfield, next to him at DM, we're going Tchouaméni. Arguably the best DM in the world. When I was trying to tell you guys how good of a player Tchouaméni was, a lot of people didn't want to believe me. A lot of people said that Tchouaméni was overrated. He's a flop. He's shit. Bro, Xabi Alonso has turned my guy into a mini Paul Pogba. This guy has been phenomenal since Xabi Alonso has come in. Tchouaméni, there's not another DM in the world that I would take over him. My baller. If you didn't invest in the Tchouaméni stocks early, the price is too high now, bruv. Then I think Valverde will be at right mid. This is how I see it going, right? Then in the attack, I think Vinícius starts once again, right? Vinny on the left. I think Mbappé, who has looked really good this season, aside from the Mallorca game where he was offsides a lot, I think Mbappe's been sharp. Vinny has looked good the last few games. I think these two start. Now, we know that Rodrigo is not going to play on the right. He only wants to play off the left. And it's been Franco or Brahim Díaz. Now, I'm going to be real. I like Franco, but I don't think he's done enough to warrant starting again. Now, I can see Xabi Alonso putting him out there again for this game, but I think the last match against Mallorca, he was one of our worst players. He just didn't make that much of an impact. Aside from him creating that separation to get off his shot that led to the disallowed goal from Arda Güler, he didn't really do too much. And I do think his potential is a lot higher than Brahim Díaz, but I think we have to be patient with Franco. I think the fact that this guy landed in Madrid 4 weeks ago, and he's already started 2 of our opening 3 games, it is a bit mad. But at the same time, I understand that we're only running this formation because Camavinga and Jude are injured. Once they're back, it's going to go back to the 3-5-2. I don't personally want to see Franco starting again, but I also don't want to see Brahim Díaz. I don't know, bro. You know what? I'm going to say Brahim Díaz starts this game. Because, again, Franco, I just don't think that he's done enough to warrant starting 3 consecutive games. Am I crazy? Where the hell is Díaz at? Bruv, do they not have Brahim Díaz here? Okay, here we go. I was about to say, what kind of nonsense is this? But yeah, here's how I see the 11. Obviously, again, off the ball, it's a 4-3-3. But on the ball, Tchouaméni drops deep. Huijsen goes out wide, right? Arda comes in a bit more. Álvaro pushes up into a wing back. Valverde comes in. Trent goes up. Then this is what we look like on the ball. But this is what I think Xabi Alonso is going to end up doing. I need you guys to get in the comment section. Let me know what you're saying about my prediction and anything else that's on your mind about this game. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure you have those notifications turned on. We will be doing a live watch along for this game, as always, an hour before kickoff. Make sure you're there. Get your score predictions in the chat as well. Hala Madrid!